welcome to Right as Rain Crochet. Today we're going to make this wonderful coaster set. It's fairly simple. I am using Hometown Lion brand yarn with a 6mm hook. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay. I know that I can get a coaster set of 4 out of one of these packages and have a partial left over. So you kind of know what you need to get. Let's start with a magic ring. Chain 1 to lock, and we're going to do 6 single crochets in the magic ring. Okay, and then we're going to cinch it up. We're now going to increase all the way around. It is important that your center here is tight. We don't want a big hole in the middle of our coaster. I got that one a little too tight to start off, didn't I? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and what I do is I tuck my yarn and I'll go ahead and do my first single crochet. Leave this tail. You don't want to weave in too much. You don't want too much showing up on the back side of this. So try to go ahead and get your tail in there if you can. And we're going to keep making sure that it stays tight as we go around with our increase in each stitch, which will be a total of 12. It's really nice because these, once you get the gist of it, these only take about 15 minutes to make. So in an hour, you can have a nice set of coasters. I do strongly recommend a stitch marker. This is also, this type of yarn is not something you want to keep pulling out. It likes to really fray here at the end. So let's do it right the first time if we can. And then I'm going to let this yucky tail, I'm going to go ahead and drop that. I'm not going to tuck it like I normally would. I want to trim it so it's nice and clean. What I had noticed is that if you tuck that in where this is frilling out, will actually kind of stick out of your product, and that's not very nice. All right, so we got our 12 single crochets around. Now we're going to single crochet increase. And if you guys, any of you guys have done any kind of a ball or a head or anything, you're going to know how we are increasing. We're just going to go ahead and change it up. We want to make sure, since this is a round product, and we're not having any row of single crochets around it, that we want to make sure that we are not getting to an octagon shape, that we are staying true to our roundness. And so you'll see how this works here if you haven't done it before. Okay. Let me get back here and make sure I'm doing everything all right. Okay, we made it around. We want to keep our tension on this very tight as well. You want it to be a firm piece, so go ahead and keep your tension on that. And now we're going to do 2 single crochet increase, but we're going to split our even numbers so that we don't make an octagon. We want it to be a true circle. So we're going to start with a single crochet, then an increase. And if you haven't done this, you're going to get the gist of this here real soon. Now 2 single crochet, increase, 2 single crochet, and an increase all the way around. When we do this, what's going to happen is we're just going to split. We're going to split those even numbers. So at the end, you're not going to land on your typical increase like you always would. You're going to have an increase and you have one last single crochet, because what we're doing is we're splitting that. So see, there's an increase, over here is going to be increase, and this will be the 1 and 2. That's all we're doing, is splitting that. I'll go ahead and pause it. I'm just going to go ahead and pause on each round so you guys have time to make it around. So again, right now we're at 2 single crochet, increase, and I will see you there. Okay, hopefully you guys made it around with no problem. I did my increase, and as you can see, I'm going to have 1 single crochet left. Let's go ahead and move our stitch marker. This is an odd number, so we're just going to go ahead and do the odd number. So we'll be doing 3 single crochet, increase all the way around. 3 and increase. Go ahead and pause it, and I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, since we were an odd number, we are landing on that increase. If you do not like your work, go ahead and pull it out now. There is nothing else to distract from this pattern, so we need to make sure that everything is looking good. So now we're on to 4, so we're going to split it. So we're going to do 2 single crochet, increase, and then 4 single crochet, increase, all the way to the end, and then we are going to have an increase, and then we will have 2 single crochets to fix where we've split this here. Okay, we landed on my increase, and I should still have 2 stitches remaining that we broke up the 4 single crochets. Of course, now we're on an odd number. We're on 5. So we're just going to do 5 single crochet, increase, and we should land on an increase. And this is going to actually be the last row of this, and then we're going to go ahead and do our little border here so that we have that little bit of a lip. That makes it decorative. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it kind of makes it a teeny little bowl. So I'll meet you guys back around at the end. 5 single crochet, increase. Wonderful. Okay, so you would just keep doing this. If you did not have this thick of yarn, you would just keep doing what we're doing by splitting those odd numbers, making this as big or as little as you want it to be. Let's go ahead and move our stitch marker up. Now loosely, we are going to do a slip stitch, and what that does is that brings that trim. You do move your stitch marker. You will not know where you're at. And slip very loosely. Our tension is not like it was before. See how this is going to bring this down and around. So go ahead and slip stitch all the way around, and I will meet you guys back here. Okay, we've made it back around. Here's our first slip stitch here. There's our last slip stitch. So what we want to do is go ahead and cut our yarn. It does not need to be very long at all. And we're going to pull it through. And you can either use your hook or a big needle if you have it. With a big eye. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into, this is where the stitch marker is. We're going to go into the stitch marker. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to go this way. We're going to go into the stitch marker, where the stitch marker is, and we're going to pull this through. And then we're going to take our last slip stitch, which is here, and we're going to put it through the middle into the back. So when everything is said and done, Nobody can see where the connection is at all. We're going to go ahead and just fiddle this a little and get everything where we want it to sit. And then we can go ahead and just thread this in through the back. It is very tight, and this yarn is very thick. It is going to hold, so this isn't like a blanket that's going to be moved around a whole lot. That we have to go in and out and in and out. We just want it more pleasing than we want, it to look better than we want. And then you can kind of just get this all adjusted, and it's going to sit really nice. There we go. Good job. Now you got 3 more make and you got you a set. Thank you guys so much for joining Right as Rain Crochet. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe.